You probably know me as a spiritual teacher if you're on my channel. I am going to talk to you today about every part of your life and the one thing that we have so many problems with and struggle with, and that is money, abundance, how we earn, all of it. I'm going to talk to you about that because you probably don't know how I started as a spiritual teacher and how all of that plays into my teachings and what I'm going to share with you today, because you should be in a place where you not only love what you do, but abundance flows and your life starts to make sense, not just from a spiritual level, but from every aspect. This is important. Let's talk about your income and how you can go to a different place and switch that mindset so that you can start to love every part of your life because you deserve it. You ready? Let's go. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through the fears and live an amazing life. There's a little fruit fly that keeps going around. I refuse to kill him. He's like a pet, you know. He landed on my nose a few minutes ago. Okay, we're going to talk about money today. Why are we going to talk about it? We keep separating spirituality from what we do for a living. And then we have these excuses, well, I have to earn and pay my bills. You know, the whole species, all humans, our entire history has been about working hard and really not loving what we do so that we can go love that time off from the things that we can't stand doing, but we need the money to go do the things we love. It makes no sense. Now, nothing makes sense when you think about our illnesses and how we have traditionally been programmed to just go along with things. How can toxins ever have been introduced on this planet or our foods? How was that ever allowed in the first place? Yet that's how we live, and we accept that. And the same goes with our education, what we're taught, and then how we use it in really careers that we find out we don't love at all. And most of them are destructive to one another and our planet. Why? We've gotten so far away from that spiritual place. Now, of course, there are whole cultures that value that spiritual place and going with what they're supposed to do and connecting to the quantum field and all that great stuff. Are you doing that? And then having to go into something you hate? Are you worried about losing that job? We've got to start talking about this, because I went through this too with you. So we equate success with going and making a lot of money, because the money gives us a life that we believe we are going to love, and then we find out it doesn't. That's when so many people then go find the spirituality, but they don't change that whole other part of their lives that still doesn't make sense. And once you get stuck in it, you think you are, you're not really, but once you believe you're stuck in it, it's really difficult to get out of that, because what are you going to go to? I was in that position. I went into investment banking. Why? I don't even know how that happened. But life takes you along, and pretty soon, especially if you're doing well and it's exciting, well, I decided it wasn't anymore. And I realized I had heart palpitations, and I was super healthy. I got this full-blown physical, and guess what? Flying colors. Somebody says, I think you're stressed out. No, not me. I had to quit. And I realized if I was going to do that, I had to make decisions about what I was going to do, and that I wasn't just going to go to something else. I had to go to what I knew I truly wanted to do in my life. And I'll bet you know what yours is. I bet you have some kind of dreams or ideas, or maybe you don't know, but you know you don't want to do what you're doing right now. There's something better for you. If you believe that, it's true. Because there's always a probability out there waiting for you, and you can go into it. Now, when I quit my investment banking career, I went and wrote a book. I wrote several. My first book was a best-selling, award-winning book, and it was turned into a television movie. I am a master manifester, and that was something I truly knew I could do, and I did it. I didn't know where I was going to go. I didn't know what I was going to do for a living. But I'll tell you what, I got skills. This is why you guys see this all the time. I got skills, new skills that I knew were going to supply the foundation for anything else I wanted to do, which was stop chasing money and stop working in an industry that was not healthy, not for me at least. And that was the financial industry. So how do you do that? You don't have to know what you're going to do all the time. If you don't have an idea, you don't have to have all of the answers. And I know a lot of times we say you have to write things down. I just did a video on scripting. You're clear, and then it shows up. But how you can get to that place and say, how do I get out of this? Because it's killing me. I can't stand the work or who I work with or what it's doing to the planet. Or maybe you're not even earning that much, and that's even worse, right? Then you can ask for, and you can do this through scripting, and that's just writing things out, for the person, the answer, the opportunity to be led to the thing that is best and highest, that you're going to be joyful in and abundant. So you ask for that, because you can't stay in that low density spot in your life and expect everything else to make up for it. It won't. Your life is your life, and that's every area. When I got the skills online, I didn't know what I was going to do. And I had to start placing ads. You guys have seen my ads before, I'm sure. I had to start placing ads. So in order to do that, I had to have a YouTube channel. I didn't know what I was going to talk about. Spiritual teacher was never a goal of mine. And I started to talk about how important it was to walk away from the things that aren't working and to start to take control of your life, even if it's a fearful place for you. It's going to be uncomfortable, especially if you don't know where you're going. Or if you think you know, and it's not working exactly the way you plan. What I'm going to tell you right now is, this is possible for everybody. You don't have to say, oh, well, she's got this, dynamic personality and, she's not afraid. That's not true. I don't allow the fear to dictate my life. I experience it, not anymore, but at times I experienced it. And I didn't listen to it. So when I get uncomfortable, if I'm still moving in the same direction, in the direction that I desire, that I know is going to get me away from that which is not healthy for me or desirable, and that I'm exploring, expanding in this field, I know that the quantum field's going to take me exactly to where I need to be, and then I can start making those choices. Well, when I got this YouTube channel, I realized I'm going to talk about people who are so into spirituality, yet they ignore the fact that money is something they should enjoy earning. And so we have such a bad stigma on that. Are you one of those people? Are you feeling that money is not a spiritual thing and that it's wrong? We've talked about this many times. And then you're in a place with a job you can't stand, and you separate these two things. I'm one of those spiritual teachers that doesn't separate those two things. And I don't go out there to make money for myself in spirituality, and I leave you out of that other part of earning, of getting an education so that you can change your career. I'm here to tell you that there are two huge areas of your life, and one is the practical, everyday, material world where we still have to earn money, at least right now, to feed ourselves, have a roof over our head, and do the things that we love. And then there's this whole place of spirituality that helps guide that. But we separate them, and it's time to take a really good look at your life and ask yourself if you're doing that, because you can change it. Now, I have created this whole other website. Landria.net is here. Landria.com, I started later on, because when I got these skills, I realized I can help a lot of people. And I need to do it in a business-like fashion so that I can have courses that they can go through and videos they can sign up for and information that we can communicate. I had to have all that in place. I had to learn that from the practical world, the material world, so that my spiritual teachings could teach millions. I've reached millions of people. Millions of people. That's mind-blowing, right? I'm in my living room. I want you to know that that all things are possible. There are no limitations. Don't think whatever you're thinking is out of reach. It is not. And don't think that being a spiritual person is separate from that. This is where the new earth starts to come into play. And that is, we must realize that every aspect of our lives should be healthy and whole and make sense. You're still a human being on planet Earth, which is a very dense, challenging place. It's a teaching ground for us, right? We're learning a lot of things here. And through that, we're going to learn that we can be abundant, amazing people, and that you can do what you love and have money flowing. And you're going to find out that you really don't need a lot. People that want to win the lottery, my question is, okay, if it's just really free money, the price of that ticket, then give all of it away, right? But they never do, because they want the money to change their lives, and they want to do it via the lottery. And I'm telling you right now, it's about the journey. What you do is important. It's not about just getting money to fix something. So that's that, oh, I'm a spiritual person, I'm going to win the lottery to get money to help other people. That's a separation of money over here and spirituality. Your spiritual life can go into your career, your earnings. You don't have to get money to fix the world. You can be abundant and do amazing things, learn new skills. It doesn't have to be separate. Money is separate. You can earn it personally. And what you're doing for a living is what counts. So getting the lottery money if you notice, 87% of people go bankrupt that win the lottery, the big winners, and most of them are divorced. So that's not the solution. It's about what you do for a living. And so many people come home stressed, and they have bad relationships, and they don't have time with their kids, and they're unhealthy because of what they do for a living. The money is secondary. So when I quit and I went into this, I just kept going with what I knew felt really right for me and wasn't going to give me heart palpitations. And it just blew my mind, because everything started to open up. I started to do internet marketing because I believed in what I was promoting, and I didn't feel bad at all about making money. And people feel bad about making money, especially if they're doing good things, and that's insane. There is no separation. Look at your whole life. And for me, it was like, I want to help you get past this, oh, I need to be some Zen kind of person, and jobs. Yeah, you can actually go out there and do some amazing things and have a real business and change the world in a positive way. So the reason I wanted to supply tools on that side is because the people coming over to this training are highly spiritual. We even have meditations once a week in the training, if you want to do it. If you don't, if you're not into that, don't do it. We have, meaning I'm still a student too, all kinds of mindset courses. How do you get out of your head? How do you go into that place of success? This is the kind of training I knew people needed, because they couldn't get out of their own heads to think that spirituality means that you can't make a ton of money. Because when we make money, we're not doing things we love, and that is so wrong, right? It is now. So I'm asking you right now, are you ready to do some things in your life? Whether it's finding another job in an area that you really love, maybe helping other people, or being creative, or being an artist, or whatever. The reason that I joined this is because I realized, artists are always starving artists. It makes no sense. You should be making money doing that, because I don't know about you, but I'll pay. What I bought back here, I won't even tell you what that baby was. It's 5 figures, right? Why? It was so worth it to me. And that artist, she did something amazing. There was an even exchange of happiness. So the money's irrelevant. It was a reward and a thank you for something positive and good. Are you doing that? Do you write music? Are you a writer? A lot of people, they think they're going to write some book and, they're going to be a bestseller. No, No writer does that. You have to go to events and be on the road and spend a fortune promoting yourself. That's how the world works. But you have to learn how to do that. Why are you holding back if you're not doing what you love? What are you holding back? Do you think that you're going to suffer if you give up that thing that you hate? So many of you, who was the one lives in Greece? A couple of you guys have completely walked away from high-paying corporate jobs and said that you are like in heaven now. And some of you aren't making the big bucks, you know, and you're actually like so much happier and saying, this is the life I should be living. It's time, because we're going into critical choice. 2021 starts our journey down critical choice. In other words, we have to start making decisions in our life. Now, if you go to my lifestyle, health and wellness lifestyle channel, if you Google me on YouTube, or I'll put it down in the description, I start to show you. You can use deodorant that's a vegan and doesn't pollute the planet, or nobody animal tests. You can eat healthy foods that don't have plastic in them. I show you all those ways. It's like we have to take that critical choice in action. We have to do it. How are you earning? You don't have to be broke. And if you're struggling right now and you don't love what you're doing, that's ridiculous. And you could say, well, look what's going on out there. I'm flourishing. I know thousands of people are flourishing. I have friends that have never been happier and made more money than they are right now. Why? Because we're serving the world in an area that brings real value. And if there are jobs going away, how bad did the world really need those? And what's going on with those companies anyways? Right? Are you being replaced by somebody who has less experience and is not going to be paid as much, and they're going to work their tail off and be miserable? That's not right. Yay, if you lose your job, congratulations. Where are you supposed to be? If you want to come over, these are free videos. Go see it. Do you have an idea? You've always wanted to create a business out of it. Come on over. Do you have no ideas? That was me. Find out where this is going to take you. Do you have a business that's struggling right now? You better know this stuff. We work with a lot of business owners who are taking this to the next level. You know what? This whole world is open to you in so many ways. What are you holding back on? That old structure doesn't make sense. It's not working. It's the matrix. Step out of it. No more stories. And if you have a story of limitations at all, that's your ego and programming, 100%. Because you have no limitations. And if you start to do something you love and people criticize you, talk to the hand. Bye-bye. Are you ready to do that? And this is why you guys keep seeing these ads pop up. It was required for me to do it on this channel, and it doesn't seem congruent sometimes. Why is she talking about business? That's how this channel started. And now I'm a spiritual teacher doing amazing things. Why? Because you're telling me I am. You're telling me that my message is what you needed to hear. That's not me, the person. I'm just pulling in because I'm so connected now to what I should be doing and am. And a lot of times you'll feel stifled and frightened and all these things. It's because you're not in the space you need to be. Need to be. The N word. We usually don't say need on my channel, or but there are no buts or no needs. But if you desire, and you need to make changes, it's time. No more excuses. There aren't any. I'm sorry, because there's always a way. What do you want to be doing right now? And how can you monetize it so that people that want that value are going to say, wow, I feel really good. Listen, I love paying for stuff that is amazing for me. I'm like, want to reward those people for doing good things on the planet. Here, that's who I want to buy from. Products and services that are really responsible. And you'll find those on my channel, landriaonka.com. I have a health and wellness section. You can see like toilet paper and deodorant I'm using. I test all this stuff first. I find out what works. I don't want to recommend a vegan deodorant and you find out it doesn't work and you're stinking up the place. I live in Georgia. It gets really hot here. We need good deodorant. Great choices right now. What if you were the one that created one of those products and you changed the world? Because if your product doesn't test on animals, there are thousands of animals that will never be tested on because of you. If you stop eating meat, there are thousands of animals that won't be tortured and killed because of you. I'm not trying to lay a guilt trip on you. It's just the fact. Because right now, the majority does not respect their own selves, their own bodies, the planet, what they do for a living. And this is acceptable. You will be in the minority, but not for long. If you look, it's changing. Do you want to start earning in a way that feels so good? Because when you love what you do, you're going to want to work. I work unbelievable hours. I don't think I'm working. I get up and have a blast every day, doing everything I love, including writing, creating courses, videos for you. Come on over. We have all kinds of webinars, trainings, live where we talk to each other. We have ideas. You have your own consultant here. They talk to you and say, what do you want to do? What do you love? Let's get you the training and let's find out how you can earn doing that. Even recommending other people's good stuff. That's how I started out. I love that, but I don't want to run a company. I'll just recommend it. I'm not talking about running around with links, affiliate links. I'm talking about creating a real business and getting yourself in a position where you're really doing something amazing. It's time. What is that? Get it in your head. What is that thing? Or do you want to be creative? And you don't know what that is. Explore it. Expand into it. Seek it, and you shall find, right? So if you want the free video series, click there. Guys, go down in the description. In LandriaOnkka.com, I have all kinds of courses. I have the health and wellness section. That's all, free information where you can go and check out and see what I'm using. I don't have a lot on there now, but I'm be adding more and more and more as I test everything. I want to give value to you so you can make wise decisions and you can do the same thing for other people. This is huge, 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 huge. Don't ever discount how unbelievably important you are. There were just so many spirits, souls, people, whatever you want to call us, energy fields that came to this planet. Just so many. I mean, a flash in the pan compared to what's out there. And you're one of them. So you're important. Please subscribe. I don't know why this keeps going down, up and down, up and down. Please subscribe and click the bell if you want to be notified of my videos. You're whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Don't hold back. It's go time. Namaste.